Okay, so a lot of people have been asking for a tutorial on how I hack my e-reader cases, so I thought I'd do that today. Fortunately, I have a case that hasn't been hacked yet, and I'm going to show you how easy it is so that you can hack your case. So besides the case, you're going to need some velcro strips. If you have a black or dark case, I'd recommend using black velcro strips instead of white. A kettle, of course, for the steam, or you can use an iron. I haven't tried an iron, but I think a kettle is probably the best. And of course, a pair of scissors to cut your velcro. The first step is to measure your velcro strips along the area you want to replace it with. I'd recommend giving yourself a bit of wiggle room just so you have space for any mistakes. Then set that to one side. Unfortunately, I've lost the footage of me actually applying the steam to the case, but I'll just reenact what I did. So once your kettle is boiled, you want to run the area you want to rip off over the spout of the kettle so that the glue can melt. And keep doing that until you're able to peel it off gently. You might have to do this several times, but take your time because you don't want to rush and peel it off prematurely and the glue hasn't melted properly and you end up ripping your case. We want to rip our case, but we want to do it strategically. Once you have successfully ripped off the front cover, get your pre-measured velcro and stick it to the part where the case was. You might have to do a bit of final adjusting. In my case, I had to cut it in a curved way so that it fits snugly. Also, I'd recommend sticking the fluffy part of the velcro onto the case itself so that when you're holding it, it's not scratching on your hands. Then you want to get your detached flip cover and make sure there's no loose parts that ripped off in the steaming process. Just snip them off, because if you don't, then over time as you're attaching and detaching your flip cover, it could cause a bit of stress and it might rip your flip cover altogether. Once that's done, you want to stick the scratchy part of the velcro onto your detached flip cover and you're done. If you have any questions or tips, put them in the comments and we can all help each other.